Now, Falcon 9 carries over 1.1 million pounds of propellant at liftoff. You can see her on the screen. And we burn off most of it in the first 8.5 minutes. Now, all of that propellant goes through the 9 engines on the first stage and the single engine on the second stage. Now, later in flight on the second stage video, you may notice the nozzle of the second stage engine is larger than those on the first stage engines. That's because the second stage engine only operates in the vacuum of space, while the first stage engines have to operate from sea level up to vacuum. So in the vacuum of space, a large nozzle allows the pressure of the Merlin engine to fully expand so that it matches that vacuum pressure when it leaves the nozzle. Now, if we tried to use that large nozzle on the first stage engines, it would be very inefficient until the last seconds of first stage flight when we do finally get to the vacuum of outer space. So we use a smaller nozzle on first stage engines, and that's a much better match for flying through the Earth's atmosphere on the way to space. Now, on the weather front at Cape Canaveral, we started with a 10% probability of violating launch weather requirements. We've been watching some showers on both sides of the launch complex, but nothing right now looks like it's going to interfere with launch. So we don't expect any weather holds as we continue the countdown. The weather conditions are also looking good for booster landing on our drone ship and for fairing recovery. So with that, the launch vehicle, the satellite, the weather, and the range are all good to go for a 10:58 p.m. Eastern Time liftoff from Space Launch Complex 40.
As I mentioned earlier, the Turksat 5B is a communication satellite that will provide broadband internet services and will be the most powerful of the Turksat satellite fleet. The Turksat 5B communication satellite will operate in Ku and Ka bands at the 42 degrees east longitude slot in geostationary orbit in order to provide service in a wide range of areas covering the Middle East, the Persian Gulf, the Red Sea, the Mediterranean, Nigeria, various parts of Africa, and its immediate neighbors. Turksat 5B has high data transmission capacity in the Ka band and has a designed service life of over 35 years. Now, let's take a moment to learn more about what makes this communication satellite unique.
T-minus 4 minutes, 40 seconds and counting. And shortly, the transporter erector will retract the strongback to the pre-launch position. That's about 2 degrees from the rocket. What we're waiting right now is to see the clamp arms open around the second stage, and that'll be followed by the hydraulic
Strongback
movement.
retract has started.
Okay, we've heard the call out there. The strongback retract has started. Seeing a lot of condensation as we're boiling off, or we're actually have the cold second stage liquid oxygen meeting that warm Florida air. But we probably can see the arms start to open. And then once the arms are open, the strongback will move about 2 degrees away. And then once we're at launch, ground hydraulics will move the strongback to a position about 45 degrees away. Now, first stage fuel loading is complete. We're currently waiting for first stage liquid oxygen loading to complete at about T-minus 3 minutes. Second stage will complete a minute after that. Now, 1 minute before liftoff, you're going to hear the announcement Falcon 9 is in startup. Now, this announcement means the rocket's first and second stage computers are now controlling the launch countdown on the Falcon 9. Now, at about T-minus 2 seconds, we'll light the 9 engines on the first stage. Once the engines are confirmed to be at full power, the flight computer on the second stage will command the ground hold downs to release the rocket right at T0.
Stage 1, LOX load complete.
We've heard the call out. Stage 1 LOX load is complete. We're on time, coming up at T-minus 3 minutes and counting.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Turksat 5B launch. This is the SpaceX 5B launch. I'm gonna make sure that I can hear myself because that's what I do during these streams. I talk, obviously. Gonna check real quick. Give me 1 second. All right. So this is going to be a communications satellite for mainly Turkey and like those Eastern countries, Middle Eastern countries. Back in January, I believe January 7th, was when Turksat 5A launched. So this will be the second form of the Turksat fleet, if you know what I'm talking about. I don't believe I streamed that. I'm looking back right now. I don't think I streamed back then. Unless... Was the scrub reaction, was that Turksat? It might have been. Because it doesn't say. But, whatever. So, we're at T-minus 90 seconds, looks like. And you can see on your screen, that's condensation from the rocket. So, like, yeah, you can read the captions. John Insprecher is talking about it. And we're coming up here on 60 seconds. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Alcoholism. Hang on. I'm also going to check live chat, because I realized live chat was like kind of going crazy. Launch director says go for launch. SpaceX is hands off. 30 seconds. No, I'm not going to answer your call. 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. And we have a liftoff. Vehicle is pitching down range. Pressure is nominal. Everything is going good, you know. Just the classic SpaceX stuff. I feel like I should like stay on flight tracker here. But I don't think it's live, so. He called it Slick 40. No way. It's not working. Yeah, I think Flight Club is like kind of broken. So I'm gonna turn it off. Boom. Oops. And going through max Q. Good. No. No explosions. Don't be lame. I feel like I should have like a command for that. I should make a YouTube bot. Should I not? Okay, people that know me, stop calling. Thanks. Whoever said you're my favorite YouTuber, thanks. I think I know who that is though, so. We're gonna be coming up on Miko. 4 Gs, that's pretty solid. Okay, that's what I thought. Miko. Stage separation. And second engine startup. Transfer orbit, parking orbit. That was kind of funny. I don't know if you guys can hear the desktop audio, but what's his face? John? Wait. Fairing separation. Oh, yeah. Bob. Which I think Bob, like the name Bob is named after Bob Behnken from the Crew Demo 2 mission. You can't what? Give me context. It's not fire. It's... I don't know what you would call that. I guess you can call it fire, but it's not fire. audio just died. Hang on.
With the left hand.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. My audio is dying. Dude, what is going on? Okay, guys, I'll be back later. I don't know what happened, but my audio is dying right now. So I'll be back later. Maybe.
Left-hand side.
Terminal guidance.
Again, as a quick recap, we had a successful liftoff at 10:58 p.m. from Slick 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. A successful separation of the first and second stages. The first stage is on its way back to our drone ship, A Shortfall of Gravitas, in the Atlantic Ocean.
Stage 2, FTS is saved.
And the second stage is heading to its initial orbital insertion with the Turksat 5B satellite. We're coming up on a couple events, SECO 1 and landing burn.
And back engine cutoff.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Had a successful second engine cutoff, and
Nominal orbit
the
insertion.
landing burn has just started. And we just heard good orbit. Confirmed a nominal orbital insertion. We're now
Stage
waiting on
1
our
landing
Falcon
leg
to
deployed.
land on drone ship, A Shortfall of Gravitas.
Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And there you have it. That's SpaceX's 99th successful booster landing, as well as SpaceX's 78th mission flying a refuel and booster. Our mission isn't over just yet. The second stage is now embarking on its coast phase between the first and second burns of the MBAC-D engine. After the coast phase, we will light the MBAC engine for a second time, a little bit after T plus 26 minutes.
Expected loss of signal, Cape.
Okay, guys, I don't really know what happened, but that was the end of that. So I'm gonna head out now. I'll try to fix my mic. I don't know what happened. See y'all next time, I guess. Bye.